a hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design five for our babies to pass through. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Do you see just how it feels? Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put billions of my... Yes, you said so.
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You are Ashkenaz. This ain't
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You are Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum. A gun, die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We was slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. You BK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he give them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. In the streets of America, God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are. Yeah, don't have messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low or this Lord told that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zoc, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like the dark. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shane Sharp. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harper Free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking note. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UBK rules. I'm make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low or this Lord told that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count. And when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know never left the building. Commanding General Yohana. You know. Whoa. Check it out. Woe into America. Seize everything and bring these crackers to their knees. I need everything and I do mean everything. I know they don't like us. Go ahead and try us. Don't make me call upon the Lord and put this earth on fire. I'm only getting better and I'm only getting higher. And you are getting weaker. That's why you cannot beat us. I know you do not like us. We don't like you neither. You went against the grain. You should be ashamed. You went against a king. Let's just call it treason. Can't wait for killing season. All that shit that you be preaching. Let me see if you believe it. They say they can't be touched. Well, I'm about to put my hands on them. No more missing nights, guy. I gave that spirit up. Lord, give me strength so I can tear this city up. Babylon is falling, but it's just not fast enough. Angels with a nigga, so you niggas cannot touch. Ooh, this shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray they understand. I said I pray they understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray they understand.
Hey,
I said I pray they understand.
They want me to bite my tongue, they don't like criticism. Can't say oppressors the devil, YouTube restricted niggas. But they can post bitches twerking, police killing niggas. You can rap about catching bodies and millions listen. Bitches rap about they box and children listen. You say you black and gay, to them you still a nigga. You chasing Susie and Becky, they Emmett Tiller niggas. You got the ones that compromised and you got field niggas. It's a real difference, it make me feel different. When I kick on my boots, tie up a meat tree, I know when we teaching that camp, nobody teaching. These devils telling lies without blinking. They ain't got the integrity, try to reach them. They say they conscious and they woke, but they sleepy. I ain't sparing nobody, I'm going in. It's a rap when I hop up on that podium.
This shit not adding up, fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray they understand. I said I pray they understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray they understand. Hey, I said I pray they understand.
Hey, Shalom. Yabashim Yasharakata, Yauchamartha Bashim Yashai, Salakia. Can I have a one in the chat if brothers and sisters can hear me? I would greatly appreciate it. I'm not sure what's wrong with my sound, but I just want to know if I can get a one in the chat. If anybody can hear me, if the sound is the wob. Khan to water. Shalom. To water for joining. Welcome to the Isupk Law Class. I'm Priest and Officer Yeshaya of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana, teaching that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true and public Israelites according to the Bible. The water for joining. Who we got here? Young man Drew. Are you with me? Khan. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to get. What I'm trying to do is get to hear you through my earphones, through these earpods. So I'm just gonna try and quickly. Let me just try and quickly sort that out because you sound to me you sound very low, and I'm just trying to figure it out. Just give me 1 second. There you go. Uh, how, how about now? I think I should be to walk. Um, can you give me a 1-2, young man, Drew?
Salakia, so what you said?
Now you sound perfect. Now I can hear you. I just did not want you to come through my speaker. I wanted to hear you through the earpods. The water for joining me. Um,
Okay.
uh, shit, I didn't make it to the Passover. The Lord was not with me. Satan was against me, and Satan prevailed over the Passover. Nevertheless, the work we still rehearse these righteous acts, and I wish I could have met all the new brothers, all the new sisters, brothers I haven't seen in a year or so. How was your first Passover?
It was glorious, sir. Say it over and over again. It's like nothing I ever seen before or could ever
Right?
imagine. It was great.
Con. I mean, like, if we could quickly discuss the Passover, like the Passover is like what you what you want in your neighborhood, where everybody is like what the Passover is what you like. If there's something you wanted in your neighborhood, you wanted the spirit of the Passover. When I'm saying this, I'm saying in America. If there's something that you wanted in your neighborhood that could have improved your neighborhood right now, was the spirit of the Passover. When I went there, right, the first time, I think that was in 2017 or 18, and I was there, and I saw our brothers and sisters, uh, just interacted with each other, you know, and where we at, right, and there's a whole bunch of us, right, a fight always breaks out. It's too many niggas in one place. A fight is bound to break out, but not one fight, not one cuss word, not one insult, not one rude brother to another brother, not one drunken, disorderly brother or sister. The children were safe, and that is in it. And that's what when I went and I went to my first Passover, and I saw what I saw, right, and I saw all the spirit that was in that building. That was what I wish my neighborhood would be like, where everybody would be safe around everybody. Where niggas is not just eyeballing each other, or what they call it. But you know what I mean. And
Cause
I'm glad you enjoyed your Passover. You know, Lord willing, there are many more to come, and I'm just glad that you enjoyed it. With that, I didn't really, I didn't really get to make a topic today. But what I wanted to do was you know things you know after the Passover, and after, I wanted to see the things that happened, or what you would take away from, after the Passover, and also what the world has taken after Easter, because the world just celebrated Easter, right?
Con.
And the children of Israel celebrate the Passover. And after the Passover, there are things that we have taken, not taken away, but that we have taken in and said to ourselves, if we continue on this path, surely our salvation is coming. Surely our lives could be better. Surely I could use this that I got today and put it in my children and make them productive members of society one day. And that's what I got from the Passover. That's what I saw in the Passover. And then, you know, if you look at, because, everybody was in the, like, most of brothers and sisters in the school has been in the world. And I'm going to speak for myself. And, when I saw, when the old me, celebrated Easter, I would go to church. I had to go to church with my mother. For some reason, I had to go to church. And from the church, I would go straight to my dealer. And on Easter and Christmas would be the day that I buy that the most drugs would be bought. I would buy so much that my dealer was asking, "Are you dealing?"
Mm.
Because it was so much that I bought. And that's what you take. And that's what I when I looked at what happened after the Passover, and I could do with what could I do with that experience, and I looked with in my previous life with what could I have done, what could I have taken from what could I have taken from Easter and apply it to my life. I came up with these two things, that on Easter and Christmas and those type of days that are so-called holy days in Christianity, I used the most drugs. I was the most violent at those days. Where I was the most violent, I was the most lustful. Those days had nothing to do with pleasing the Most High, but actually just pleasing my flesh. And this is true. On those days, we would buy, like me and my friends, we would go to our dealer and we'd buy. Because back then, ecstasy was the thing, and we would buy like 100 for us, which is a ridiculous amount for like 6, 7 people, but that's what we did, and that's the spirit of these days that we celebrated. We never celebrated with the idea that we are pleasing the Most High, or we are doing these things for the or this is a day that we should be just resting and chilling. But we were living more riotously and more uh lustful, and in that type of a way, then it would be just a regular weekend or just a regular party day. But those particular days, like those big Christian holidays or Christian so-called, you know, church days, we would go crazy. We would, lose ourselves in the things that we really do. It would be from sun up to sundown, or in actual fact, it's called a Easter weekend, right? So we would go from Friday, and I would come back Saturday evening, go to church on Sunday morning, and I would be gone again. And you would see me only Monday. And that's not a thing I really do, but because it's Easter, that is the spirit that that those type of days attracts. It like you set yourself out to do those type of things. But if you look at the Passover, you look at like you look at the story of the Passover, you look at the 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 whole event that happened. You look at what's written in the Bible about the Passover, and you look at your own life. You could actually apply the story of the Passover to your life, implement it, and you would actually benefit from it. Your children would benefit from it, and your children's children will benefit from it. And I just want and that's why I didn't have a topic, but I wanted to look at these things like, after the Passover, what could I have taken from the Passover that benefited my life, and then who I was in the past when I celebrated Easter. What could I have taken from Easter to benefit my life? And when I look at these things, it is a completely opposite that Passover builds a nation. The Passover, the things that the Most High that He wants us to do, builds a nation, builds families, builds communities. We have the example of it in at the ISUPK. And then I had to look at the things that I did in the past. And it was shocking to me that from the person that I am today to the person that I was. And we're gonna look at these type of things, right? Not only in a sense that, it's the law, we gotta keep it, you celebrate Easter, you're gonna die, but we gotta look at it at a practical you gotta look at it on a practical level. Like, do these things make sense that we do? If I look at today in the ISUPK, I'm I'm under command in General Yana. I say count out of one count. I do what I need to do. Do these things benefit me? And if I had to go back into the world and I did the things that I did before, how would that benefit me? How would those things benefit? How would smoking weed benefit my children? How would that help them? How would Easter celebrate? How would celebrating Easter or holidays, Christian and all these other holidays to come, how would that benefit my children? And so I just had to look at it in that sense. And I thought I would just bring it out um, you know, in class. So if I could, right, can you grab me 2 Kings 17, verse 15? If you can grab
Con,
me 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 15, we're gonna read 15, right? And then we're gonna skip all the way to verse 34.
con.
Let me grab it with you. Just give me 1 second. I said 15, right?
Verse 15.
Yeah, come to water. You can grab. You can go ahead and read.
Come. It's the book of Second Kings, chapter 17, verse 15. And they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers.
And that is what happened. We rejected the Lord's covenant, His statutes that He made with our fathers, and we are those fathers today again. We rejected those things. Now we sit in the situation that we are sitting in. By celebrating all these other days, we are rejecting the Most High. We are rejecting His covenant, and we also reject our fathers. We reject the troubles that our fathers went into. Go ahead.
Come. And
And
his
this testimony.
and his
Go ahead.
testimonies which he testified against them.
What are those testimonies? Those testimonies are the words of the prophets that spoke against Israel when they messed up. We rejected the sayings of the prophets. We rejected the prophecies of the prophets. We did not just reject the covenant, but we even rejected the prophets. We rejected Isaiah, Jeremiah, Nehemiah. We rejected all the prophets and their testimonies that came from the Most High. Go ahead.
Come. And they followed vanity and
They
became
followed
vain.
what?
Vanity and
Go ahead.
became vain.
And we become vain. Just like I explained when the difference, the things that I got from Easter and the things that I got from Passover. And when I look at those things, and then when I look at the things like Easter, Christmas, and those things are the things that reject the Most High's law, I could see that there is nothing that I could get from it. So those things are vain. They are nothing. They mean nothing, and they benefit us nothing. Go ahead.
And went after the heathen that were
A-
round about them.
And when after what?
After the heathen that were round about them.
And that's what we did. We went after the other nations that were round about us. Just like just like today. We follow our oppressor that's round about us. And he makes sure that he's round about us so that he can influence us to be vain. Salakia, I see there's about six people watching, right? If we could get the likes up, I would greatly appreciate it. I know it's just, a couple likes, but I would greatly appreciate it if we can get the likes up while we're watching the class to water. Where was I now? At round about the heathen, right? Go ahead.
Concerning whom the Lord had charged them that
Finish it
they
up.
should not do like them.
And that is what we are doing today. We are being like the heathen, and we should not be like the heathen. We shouldn't be like our person. We shouldn't be like Africans. We shouldn't be like the Arabs, changing your name and becoming a Muslim when those things are not set out for us. How do we, right? How do we become like other nations, but all the other nations want to be like us? That is insane. But nevertheless, we have chased the vanity. We have the next what? We have the next what's the next high holiday? Um, Feast of First Fruits is coming up. We have the Feast of First Fruits coming up, where there is another challenge for you to take hold of this covenant. Actually, the chance is right now, but when it comes to these high holidays, the next one is the Feast of First Fruit. You could actually celebrate a day that matters, a day that is actually for you, and guess what? A day that you can actually relate to. When we celebrate the Passover, Drew, is Freddie up in here? When we celebrate the Passover, I could actually relate to it. I could actually say that was us, and this is how we gonna be free. The Lord was with us. Not, I didn't say the Lord is with the Israelites. As I speak about us in a third person, I could actually see that our situation back then and our situation in the Bible of the Passover is the same thing. And it's a day that actually mattered to us. It's a day that we actually could relate to. And it's a day that is for us where we should not be like the heathen. Because if we actually did what the Most High say and follow these law, statutes, and commandments, guess what? The heathens are still gonna want to be like you. They're still gonna want to be like you. Even in your unrighteousness, they want to be like you, but they hate you. But guess what? In your righteousness, they still want to be with like you. And guess what? They're gonna love you for being like you, because you're gonna allow them just to, you know. I would love to see an Asian one day, like, and it's the Passover, and an Asian is on the outside of the gates, and we celebrate the Passover, and I see an Asian there, and he made himself a little afro. You got the eyes like this, but or he's wearing an afro weave. Like he's putting an afro weave on for Easter, for Salakia, for the Passover. He's
God,
putting on an afro weave, and I'm gonna come to him and I'm just gonna pat him and say, "Oh, nice. Is that your real hair?"
God,
And
God.
they still going to want to be like us. But the only thing is, they're not gonna hate you like they hate you now. Let's skip to 35.
Con
34.
34. Con. I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 34. Unto this day they do after the former manners. They fear not.
Salakia. Unto this day they do unto the former manner. What are the former manner? Being vain like the heathen, celebrating the things that the heathen celebrated, when actually there's a thing set out for them. The former manner is we rejecting those testimonies, we rejecting those covenants, and unto today we are still doing that. We still rejecting the Most High. We still rejecting the testimony and the covenant. We still rejecting those things. Salaki, give me 1 second. Go ahead.
Con. They fear not the Lord, neither do they after their statutes, or after their ordinances, or after the law and commandment which the Lord commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel.
And we are that same people. We are still that same hard-headed people. We are still that people that don't want to be told. We are still that same people. When Moses said those two brothers they shouldn't fight, they chastised him, even though we were in that predicament, even though the Egyptians was unaliving us, but still we thought we would stop Moses from telling us to 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 for him not to tell us what to do, and we are still that hard-headed people today. Salakia. Alright. You can make America great again. You can ask all those questions to Donald Trump. We are here to fix black people. Don't worry about it. What you should be worried about is World War III coming. What you should be worrying about is that draft when Donald Trump or the next president sends your children off to war. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about 13% doing 50%. Worry about Russia. Worry about China. Don't worry about us. We good. We love the Lord. Worry about those things. Don't worry about 50% of the violence and and sexual crimes. And don't worry about those things. We working on black people. We working on black people, trying to get them off drugs, trying to make them functioning members of society. You worry about World War III coming.
Damn right.
Delete this nigga. Uh, let's use in the chat. Sister Baina, Shara. Uh, it's like a Quaraya, Israel, Shalom, Yahweh Shemata, Mashim Yashad, sisters, to the brother, Shalom, Yahweh, Bashim Yahshabrak, the water for joining. This nigga wanted telling me about 30% when they having a war in almost every country of the world. Come talk to me about 13% of the population. You should be worrying about World War III coming. Um, and that's the thing about Edomites, bro. They, that's the thing about our oppressor. Like he cannot stand to see us functioning normal. He has to see us being, on the streets doing dirt, and that's when he is satisfied. He's not satisfied in us being the people that we are supposed to be. He's not satisfied with that. We were talking about, the Passover and the things that we can get from it, and Easter and the things that we got from that. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't say, uh, are you a Jew? Are you Jewish? Why are you celebrating? No, he's asking about why is 13% of the population committing 50% of the crimes. To hell with the white man is the devil, man. Yeah,
That's right.
it feels so good saying. I feel so good saying. I'm just saying it again. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. God damn
That's right.
it.
That's damn right.
Con.
And Salakia, sir, if I may,
Go, go ahead.
going back to what you were saying earlier about, the Edomites hating to see our people thrive, it's been proven like time and time again in history. Like back in the days when we had Black Wall Street, when I believe it was the white people that was going through the Great Depression, and black people were sticking together. We was thriving. We had a whole bunch going for us, and every time they seen us
Yeah.
thrive, they hated us, and they
Con.
destroyed everything we built up.
Con. If I could, right? Let me give you a little history of what happened here in especially where I'm from.
Con, sir.
So so I'm a citizen of South Africa. My family is being here for. We came here to South Africa via the slave ships, right? And so we lived, and then after World War II, they implemented apartheid, right?
Con,
I had to go look this up because it's not something that you just see, right? But we, right, the Israelites, right, we as you know, as they call us coloreds here. Um,
mm,
but I'm gonna say black people. We as black people, we live like the white people own the farms, right? They own farms and that's what they own. But we as the children of the slaves, we lived in, next to cities. We also had, farms here and there, but we lived in the cities, you know, close to the cities where, we had to work. And when apartheid came, they removed us from those areas. So I had to go look those areas up of where it was, the specific streets and stuff, and where it was. And it was like areas, in the mountains, areas on the beach, areas around the mountain, on the beaches. It was those type of areas, like. And if you look at those areas today, it is considered the most expensive real estate in Africa. The most expensive real estate in Africa. And that's where we live, the children of the slaves. And they cannot see us, they cannot stand to see us to thrive. You're absolutely correct. They cannot see us, they cannot stand us to see that we thrive. We and those areas were so sought after, right? Like 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 Israelite people, like we as the nation of Israel, even in the world, we are extremely clean people. We are very clean. We like to keep a clean house, a decent looking yard. So when they kicked us out of our homes during apartheid, there were certain areas where white people could just move in.
mm,
They didn't throw down the house. They didn't do any landscaping. There were areas where they could just move in. And that is ridiculous because they cannot stand us. Like they cannot stand us, uh, 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 you know, thriving. They couldn't stand us. Even like when World War II was, like, a lot of Israelites fought in World War II. When they came back, and those that came back, even those brothers that fought in World War II, when they came, like 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 they went to work, right? So they came from the wars finished, the brother, there was a story. The brother went to work, right? I think, and the children went to school. So when the children came back, and the father came back, and the mother stayed at home, she was at home. So when the father came back, the children were standing in front of the house, and the father asked, like, what's happening? Why are you standing in front of the house? Then someone else was already in the house. There was already Edomites in the house, and their belongings were driven away to like the get it, which is now the ghettos.
Mm.
But that is how they see us and do not want us to thrive. Like they just moved in those houses because. So lucky. Let me just put this ear on. Yeah. And what you are saying is so true. Even with this devil looking, you're like, come. I wish I'd meet devils like them on the street. I truly wish that I meet devils like that. Like I pray to the Lord I meet devils like them. Like I would go to the mall in fringes, and I would I would just take my children for pizza on a Tuesday, and I would wear fringes, so that I just wish I meet the devil. But the Lord is the Lord is not with them. The Lord wasn't with me. But anyway,
God, man.
yeah, these devils, man. Oh, I should have made the class. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's damn
Um,
right.
so let's go to uh let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 4. We're gonna run to 9, right? And then Freddie, are you able to read, young man Fred? All right, let's just grab this. I don't know what's Freddie up to. Let me mute Freddie up. Let me mute him. Oh, that sounds better. All right, let's grab Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 4, and then we're gonna jump all the way to verse 9. Right? Let me see if it's 4 and 4.
Okay.
Let me just have a look at it. All right, yeah, let's go. Let's go with 4. Salakia. Yeah, let's read. Let's read 4 to 6, and then you skip for me all the way to 9. 4 to
Count,
6, and you skip to 9.
count. I'm on it whenever
So
you're ready.
all right, go.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto the Lord your God are alive, every one of you, this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
So the Lord has taught us statutes and judgments, right? In the land where we will go and possess it. That was in the land of Egypt, but still today we still possess. Well, we don't possess the ghetto, but we are still the children of Israel, and we were taught laws, statutes, and commandments, and we should keep them wherever we go. Go ahead.
Keep, therefore, and do them,
Keep their what?
Keep, therefore, and do them.
So we should keep them and do them. We should not just read them, but we should actually practice the things that are in the scriptures. Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
So when other nations look at us, they not just want to be like us, Salakia. They don't like like I said, like they want to be us now, but they also hate us. And when we have these law, statutes, and commandments, and we tell them, "Yo, Easter is trash," we tell them, "Your way of life is trash. We're not gonna serve these things that you are giving up to us anymore." They will look at it. They would that would be our wisdom and understanding in the sight of nation and the nation. They're gonna look at us and they're gonna see like this is not people that I can put drugs in the community. This is not people that when I put something when there's elections, this is not a people that I can put what's her name Megan Thee Stallion to twerk on stage for to get votes. This is not that kind of people. They won't look at us the way that they look at us now, giving us rappers and entertainers as what they call it as uh, uh public figures to look up to. They won't be able to do this because the law, statutes, and commandments is our understanding and it is our wisdom. And if we do them, Salakia, if we keep them and do them, these nations won't be able to mess with us. Go ahead.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right. We are a wise and understanding people. But as of now, they don't see us like that. When we celebrated Easter and these other days just now recently, they don't look at you as that people, but they look at you as someone they want to be with as and hate you. And that is such a like if you think about it, like you want to be like so many people want to be like us, right? And they like our swag and they like the way we do things, and we trending on the things that we do in life, but they hate us. Like there must be a psychological dysfunction or something. Some doctor must have come up with something to say like this is a mental disorder for because nations want to be like you, but they guess what? They also hate you. That is crazy. Skip to verse 9 for me.
Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons,
Right.
especially. Okay.
Salakia. And just stop there. Especially thy sons and sons' sons. Because guess what? If you taught your children and your children's children and your children's children. I want someone to understand how ridiculous this is. If you had taught your sons and your grandsons and your great grandsons that bunnies could lay eggs, that rabbits could lay eggs, if that if you teach your sons and your sons' sons and their sons that rabbits could lay eggs and a Easter hunt. I know Easter has passed, but those things, if you had taught them that, ask yourself, what as you as a man or a woman, what would you have left for your children behind to make sure that they succeed as a functioning human being in society? But if you teach them these laws, statutes, and commandments, the scripture says, what does the scripture says? It will be our wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations. You have to look at these things from two sides and see how ridiculous it is from from the left to the right. You have to look at these things. Yeah, we keep on saying keep these law statutes, keep these law statutes, keep these law statutes. But if you don't keep them and you do the opposite, which is what Christianity and Islam is, and you look at how those things do not benefit you, the scripture says it's all vanity. Like if we take those two things, right, and we set them on each side, and you say rabbits that lay eggs or a blueprint to get us out of our captivity. Rabbits lay eggs or a blueprint to see our oppressor fall. Because at the end of the day, right, I've sat at many tables with many people. Even they don't do they don't do actions about what they say, but they do stay at the table when they eat. The white man has done us, the oppressor has done us extremely dirty. He will never change. All these bad, not bad things, but all these things that are true about our oppressor and our oppression, they do say it. But yet you want to follow all these people with, you know, with their philosophy when we should break free and let them see us as the ruling class and not we see them as the ruling class. Salakia, who's this? Uh, let me see. Who's this? What's going on now? This is the ISUPK under commanding General Hana, teaching that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible. That's what's going on here, sis. Um, you're more than welcome to stay in class. You can, if you want more information, go to isupk.com, and there you'll find all the things you want to learn. Tawara. And we got to look at these things. So let's quickly go. Who's with us? Uh, Young man Fred, are you up?
Con are the one.
All right, give me Corinthians chapter first. Okay, give me First Corinthians 13 and 11. Let's grab that.
Oh, another one.
The water.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm waiting for you.
All right. This is the book of Corinthians, chapter 13 and verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. Salaki, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. But when
I
I
want you to
became
finish the verse.
but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Right. And and this and this is what I wanted to say. Being being celebrating these type of days, right? With the philosophy that comes with it, meaning rabbits, all these things. You're finding out that it is like it is not true. You're finding out Santa Claus doesn't exist. A big fat white man doesn't come down the chimney. Those are stories for children. Snow White, Rumpelstiltskin, all these type of things, all these stories. Those are stories for children. Uh, 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 um, if you look at like the kids channels, Nickelodeon, those are things for children, and children love themselves into those things, being like you know the niggas watching Kung Fu Panda, and when he's finished with the movie, he's karate, he's just doing kung fu moves the whole day. Those are things for children. These vain things are things for children. These are mythical stories. Those are things for children. But you as an adult still celebrating those things, it means that you've not become a man yet. You are still a child. You are still doing childish things. But actually taking responsibility of your life, keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, doing that what is required of you, which is what? Taking back the covenant that your fathers made with the Most High. Taking responsibility of what is required of you, which is these law, statutes, and commandments. Even like Monday, we did Monday Officer Kazak. I think Officer Kazak broke down the 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 I don't want to say the death of Christ, right? And how it relates to, you know, you still keep on sinning after you know your brother died for it. Only a child would keep on sinning if he knows that his brother took the punishment for him, and he still continues to do that. Only a child would do that, but a grown man wouldn't do that. So all these things that are vain of the heathen, those are childish things. You still celebrating these bunny rabbits and fat men coming down the chimney and all these things. Those are childish things. And guess what? Our oppressor is a child, and we have become just like him as a child. But guess what? He's the child that bullies you. You telling your child that fluffy rabbits lay eggs is a childish thing. But you letting your son know that this is the Passover, that there's an actual significance to your life when you celebrate this thing. You could actually relate yourself to this thing is when you really become a man. Um, I just wanted to, uh, 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 I just wanted to, if who was reading now?
It was me, Fred. Slocky.
All right, Fred, the water. Drew, if you can grab me, First Samuel chapter chapter 30, verse 1 to 6. If you can grab me that.
Salakia, you said chapter 13?
For 30, 30,
Oh,
First
30.
Samuel.
Come.
Let me make sure that is right. I think it's correct. Let me see. I don't know what's happening with this Bible. Oh, yeah. Let's grab it. And I just want, before you read, I just wanted to say it right. When it's not something that happens to me often, but when I, couldn't make it, to go over with the Passover and stuff, you kind of go into, I kind of went into I kind of went into what you call it, I wouldn't call it a depression, but I would call it I was feeling sad about it that I couldn't go. And sometimes, right, people let your depression go on and on, or let that sad period go on and on and on and on, and let it influence your life. And you know, even if you take celebrating the Passover from two different angles, right? You celebrating the Passover, but you get, you know, your family is against it. You're not eating pork now. What's happening? You stop smoking, whatever. You just different, and your family is always gonna be against you when you are trying to keep the spirit of Christ, or when you try to keep these law, or when you walking with the Holy Spirit. Your family is always gonna come against you, even with the celebrating the Passover. You're always gonna have backlash. Um, on my end, I was feeling sad. I couldn't make it, and there are certain things, right, that's in the Bible that help you with these things. Certain scriptures, certain all these things that lift up, that brings your spirit back or makes you strong again. And I wanted to just go over some scriptures for brothers and sisters that sometimes money is short or whatever. People have problems. You always have problems, and they do pass. Your problems do pass, or your temptation or whatever you're dealing with always will pass. And I thought like, let's grab some scriptures because I did not go through this alone, but brothers and sisters might go through, other things. So I wanted to bring out some scriptures. If you could read that for me.
Con.
So before you go, so these scriptures are to strengthen yourself in the Most High, to strengthen yourself. Yeah, to strengthen yourself in the Most High. So let's go.
Con. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 30. And it came to pass when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day that the Amalekites had invaded the south and Ziklag and smitten Ziklag and burned it with fire.
All
And
right.
had
So what happened was, yes, Slakia. So Amalek, right? So Amalek attacked. I think this might have been a border town of Israel. This might be a border town of Israel because that the Amalekites attacked. So they attacked like I think it was a border town of Israel. It could not have been in the middle. Go ahead.
Con and had taken women captives that were therein. They slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way.
So they took them. So they took them and wanted to put them in bondage. So they attacked the town or the city, burnt it down to the ground, and they took all the women and children. Let's go.
Then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David's two wives were taken captives, uh, Ahinoam the Jezreelites, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal the Carmelite.
So these brothers, they were sad. Israelites went into slavery. Not just that. It was David's two wives, and Abigail, that sister was a hell of a sister. If you read what she did, you know, in saving all those people's lives, and how she humbled herself, uh, 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 in front of King David at the time, which he was not king. He humbled himself, and she humbled herself, and she saved all those brothers and sisters' lives at her house because David was ready to go, you know, kill all these, people at that house. So that was a hell of a sister in the deed that she had done. And David was extremely sad about, the people were crying, and you know, David was there. So read on.
And David was greatly distressed.
And David was what?
Greatly distressed.
So the brother was greatly distressed because it was both his wives. And the reason why he's greatly distressed is because guess what? It is his people that were attacked, and guess what? It also is his wives, and he loves them very dearly. Like any person, if your child, if you lose your child in the mall and you can't find that child, you'll be greatly distressed. And so was David greatly distressed when he knew these Amalekites took his wives in captive. Go ahead.
For the people spake of stoning him.
So also the reason why he was also distressed was what? The people that were at that city or at that time, they wanted to turn on David, almost like it was his fault that the Amalekites took them because are turning now against him and they want to stone him. And he was distressed about it, right? He's troubled, he's sad, his wife has been taken away, and guess what? Israelites has been taken away. The city is being burnt down. Go ahead.
because the soul of all the people was grieved.
Yes, they were angry and they were upset. Go ahead.
Every man for his sons and for his daughters. But
So they
David,
were angry for. Go ahead. Go. No wait. Hold it. Slack it. But they were distressed because every man for his sons and daughters. Their sons and daughters were taken captive. Go ahead.
but David encouraged himself in the Lord his God.
Read it again.
But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God.
And that is what we all should do. We should encourage ourselves in the Lord our God. Because if you read all these things that are in the Bible, your problems are nothing compared to what David's problems are. And he strengthened himself into the Most High. And guess what? When you hit a rocky patch, or when you feel like something is not right, you have to strengthen yourself in the Most High. Now you're gonna say, how do I myself have to strengthen myself? There are various ways how you have to strengthen yourself. Sometimes, if you want to strengthen yourself, being around the brothers is enough. Sometimes getting counseling from the brothers or the men above you strengthens you if you follow that counsel. Sometimes, me as a brother, just if I'm feeling down or when I feel I'm alone as a soldier in the UPK, I just pick up the phone. I just pick up the phone and call a brother just to hear another brother's voice. Sometimes you gotta read these scriptures itself and see that what these the Lord has done for people in worse situations, that your situation is not that big. And guess what? The Most High will help you if you obey Him. There are various ways to strengthen yourself in the Most High, and the most important way to strengthen yourself in the Most High is with these law, statutes, and commandments. Because if you keep these law, statutes, and commandments and do them, the knowledge and understanding of what to do in certain situation will be as like it will just flow on how to handle yourself in situations. When situations pop up, the Lord is with you. Even though you're going through things, the Lord is with you and you flow and you do these things because guess what? You keep these law, statutes, and commandments and you do them. You observe them and you do them. And that's how you have to strengthen yourself in the Most High. Not just by uh, 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 um, not just by certain things, but the most important way of strengthening yourself, your spirit, physically, mentally, is these laws, statutes, and commandments. It happened to David. It happened to David when he's, and this is bad. If you look at this, right, Freddie and Drew, if you look at it, the city burned down. The women and children were taken captive. His wives were taken captive. And guess what? Also, those people that were left behind, they wanted to stone him. All these things happened at once. And if you read further, the brother did not eat for 3 days and 3 nights. All these things happened to him. And now, guess what? What he still has to go and do? He still has to go fight and get them. If David could strengthen himself in the Most High under these certain situations, how small is our problems, and we could strengthen ourselves. And yet we have the same solution he had, which was the law, statutes, and commandments.
Uh, Salakia, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and in the
Just
Bible,
Salakia, just give me a second. Just give me a second. Young man Fred, while Drew is talking, right? Can you grab me Psalms 91? Just grab Psalms 91. We're gonna read from I think I might read from the beginning. Go ahead, Drew.
yeah, I was just gonna say, the Bible is literally all these laws and statutes and these commandments that the Most High give us. They are literally, it literally, there's the Bible has a solution for literally every problem. I can recall, calling up a couple of the brothers at the UPK, and I'll be going through a certain issue, whatever, and we'll go in the scriptures, and every issue that I brought up, there's always some kind of answer, some answer somewhere in the Bible. And a good precept is in Proverbs, the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verses 10 and 11, where it says, "Listen to my counsel and be wise, and do not be slow. Follow my way, and I will direct you." And that's what the Bible does with the law, statutes, and commandments. It's not to help, it's not to hurt us, but it's to help us.
Right.
Salakia.
Right. No, uh, I mean, like, what you're saying is so true because, like, a brother or a sister, right, that lacks these law, statutes, and commandments. And when I say brother or sister, I mean in the world. When they lack these law, statutes, and commandments, right, they are constantly in depression. Constantly. They are always in a depression. Always. Because, like, I, like, I, like, when you travel, like, I don't usually like to drive. I like to take what you call it, public transport, a train or a bus. I like to ride in that because you don't have to. I like the feeling of not sitting and driving. I like to just chill and look out the window and stuff like that. And I would always observe like people inside the train or like we are like the people are they just sad, man. They just sad. Like they are really, really sad. Like you look at them, they're not smiling, they're not this, they're not that, they're not talking, they're not, they're not. It's just their whole spirit is destroyed. It is because they have not taken hold of this power. And whenever I go out, whenever I go out, and you and this I've learned from the men above me. Like and I've not learned it from because they have taught it to me. Like do this. Like it's not instruction they gave it, but from me just being around them, it's like when we speak and when we talk to uh, 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 brothers and sisters, or just interact with them in a certain in a small capacity, not even when we go out and to represent the UPK in a form of doing interviews or outreach and stuff. I'm just talking going to the store, speaking to a brother, opening the door, speaking kind words to water, how you doing, like these words, the way we speak, it's like they notice something is different about you, and they would wonder, why aren't you sad like me? Or why aren't you what like your demeanor is way different from me, yet we together in the same ghetto. We together in the same, poverty, and what's happening to us is the same thing is happening to us, but it's too like we are totally different. It's because of these law statutes commandments. Like when we are out there, our spirit is so much different than regular people in the world. And it's because of these law, statutes, and commandments. It's because of me, you, other brothers, observing brothers above us, seeing and how they interact with the Spirit of Christ towards our brothers and sisters. Um, where are we now? I said Psalms, right?
Con out of one. Psalm 91.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms 90 chapter 91. He
Oh,
that dwelleth
start at yeah. Just start at one.
Con out of one. Verse 1.
Two.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the
Go
Lord,
ahead.
He is my refuge and my fortress, my
He's my
God.
what?
He is my refuge and my fortress.
The Most High is our refuge and our fortress. Meaning there is a place that we can go to be safe and to be protected. And that is the Most High God. The Lord is our refuge and He is our fortress. Go ahead.
Con, my God, in Him will I trust. Verse
And
3.
in Him,
Like it.
Slakia, go ahead. In Him shall we trust. In Him we should put our trust. With every, I wouldn't say Slakia, with every problem we have, with every distress call that we are in. Sometimes it is not a direct scripture that you can trust in. Maybe you cannot find the scripture, but guess what? The Most High has put men here to have also so that you can trust in, so that you can grab hold of, which is this brotherhood in this ISUPK under commanding General Yan. Go ahead.
Con, verse 3. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
So
He
ye
shall
shall protect you from the Salakia. Ye shall protect you from the snares of the fowler, ye shall protect you from all traps and noisome pestilences, from all diseases. Go ahead.
verse 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler.
His truth.
His truth, Salakia, his truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
So what is his truth? This is a question. What is his truth?
Salakia, his laws, statutes, and
Go.
commandments.
Precept. You're correct. The truth is the law, statutes, and commandments, which you have perfectly right. Do you have a precept for it?
I could, off the top of my head, Yahweh Shai says that he is the way, the truth, and the light. And no man gets to him except through the Father, and to follow him. And he
Khan,
explicitly, said to keep the statutes and the commandments. But I could find that for
Khan. That is correct, but I was hoping something more to, the truth being thy shield and thy buckler, something that is Christ is the truth, right? Like he kept the law perfect, and we should follow the way he kept it. But there is the Bible specifically says what the truth is. Grab Psalms, right? You in Psalms. So grab Psalms 119. Go to verse 140. Let's go there and then
This is
just
whenever you're ready.
let me check. Let me see something. I just want to see something. Let's start at 140. Yes. So Psalms 119 verse 140.
Of the wine.
You-
This is the book
The
of
one. Let's go.
Psalms, 119 and verse 40. Thy word is
140.
Thy word is very pure. Therefore thy servant loveth it.
Thy word is very pure. Why is the Most High's word very pure? Because what he says, he does. That's why we hang on to these promises, onto this covenant, because we know that the Most High's word is pure. He's not going to lie to us. Just like, guess what? Just like he said, we're going to get these blessings. I know his word is pure because guess what? We got these curses. The Most High's word is pure. Go ahead.
I am small and despised, yet do I not forget thy precepts.
King David, right? He is the king of Israel. He has the highest status in the nation. And he says he is small, which lets you know what? King David is humble. He humbles himself in front of the Most High. And also, yet do I not, yet do not I forget thy precepts, which is totally the opposite of what the Christian church does. That nigga, what's his name? Creflo Dollar, like General Iman said, he is big. He's got how many thousands of followers in his church, and guess what? He asked for that jet. He got that jet, and guess what? What did he say? Keeping the law is against God. But King David says he is small and he didn't forget the precepts. Go ahead.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
And thy what?
Thy law is the truth.
And thy law is the truth. Thy law is the shield. The truth is the shield and a buckler. And what is a shield and a buckler? A buckler is a small shield. So I would guess a shield is a big shield. And the law is there to protect you. So whenever you're in a fight or whenever you are in a situation, the law is there to shield you and to protect you. The men of the Isupk there is there to protect you and shield you. And sometimes when we go through all these things, all we should just do is strengthen ourselves in the Most High. Do not try and counsel yourself, but strengthen yourself in the Most High, which is going to the men of the Lord. Um, did I want to read more on that thing? Go ahead, read 143, Brother Kashar.
Con out of 1, verse 143. Trouble and anguish have taken hold on me, yet thy
Trouble and what?
trouble and anguish have taken hold on me.
And that is, we've gone through all of us has gone through this situation where trouble and anguish have taken hold of us. Go ahead.
Yet thy commandments are my delight, are my
Yet thy
delights.
what?
Thy commandments are my delights.
Thy commandments are my delights. Because if you delight yourself in the law, it will serve to protect you. It will serve to, that no harm will come upon you. It will serve where you could navigate through this world and yet still be at peace with your enemies. Um, let's grab Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, Drew, if you don't mind. Grab Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. We're gonna just read verses 1 and 2. We're gonna read verses 1 and 2, and then mm, let's grab let's just grab that for now.
Con, I got it.
Go ahead, Salakia.
Con, it's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So and this is the thing, right? Coming into the school or coming into the truth, right? Many people would think, right, there's a thing they say life would be just hunky dory, like it would be just now you're serving the Most High and things are just falling into place. But it's to serve the Most High. You're gonna have to fight also for Him to be your God. You're gonna have to fight to serve Him. Things are not always gonna be as you planned it out to be. Sometimes a lot of things will come about, and guess what? The Most High might put the thing there to not test you, not you know, for temptation, but to test you, because the Lord doesn't get tempted, but sometimes you'll be tested because He wants to see what is in you. Are you worthy of serving him. And that's the beautiful thing about the Most High. Like any other God, right? Any other false idol and false God, like Islam and Christianity, they are so eager for you to accept them, accept those gods and serve those gods because the more the merrier for him. But if you want to become a son of the Most High, if you want to grab hold of this covenant again, you will be tested because the Most High wants to see what is in you if you are worthy to serve Him. Because He does not want everybody to serve Him. You must meet a certain standard and requirement to serve Him. He wants to see that there is something in you to serve Him. And when I oh when I was at the airport, right, and I booked my flight and I got my flight details and everything, right, and then I had to postpone my flight to another date, and then I had to pay, and they asked me to pay another 3,500 for that flight to go to the Passover, which I did not have. Like it felt like my soul dropped to, it felt like my soul left my body when they told me that. But guess what? All I had to do was speak to a brother on the phone and let that brother encourage me, and I was strengthened in the Lord again. I felt good about myself again. I felt like, it happened, but guess what? It it didn't happen in such a way where I say I'm gonna leave the school, or why is the Most High do it? It happened. It's done. Guess what? There's more work to do. Guess what? You still have children to raise up in this truth. Guess what? There are people outside there that are still on drugs, that are still on the streets, that are still in prostitution. Guess what? You missed this day, but guess what? There are still work out there to do. And that's how I strengthened myself that day in the Lord.
Most High Christ, sir.
Read on. Hosanna Christ.
Con, verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. And
And
make not
constantly endure. Salakias, just start from the beginning of again, the verse.
Con, verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
And that's what we have to do. We still constantly have to endure. Life is still going on, and we still gonna have to constantly endure. We're still in this kingdom. And guess what? Now we just have that more responsibility of being a what they call it, being a Israelite, being a member in the Isupk, being a child of God, being the sons of Jacob of Israel. We just constantly are going to have to endure because guess what? Our people is important. Sometimes your feelings, actual fact, your feelings never override the salvation of this nation. That's why we constantly have to endure. That's why you constantly have to strengthen yourself in the Most High. You constantly have to strengthen yourself because we constantly have to endure. Go ahead.
Con. And make not haste in time of trouble.
So don't overreact in the time of trouble. Don't overreact. Don't be what they say. What's that other word? Yes, what's the English word for it? Don't be irrational. Don't be hasty in the time of trouble. Go ahead. Go to verse 3.
Con. Cleave unto him and depart
Cleave
not
unto who?
unto him
Cleave unto the Most High. Go ahead.
and depart not away, that thou mayst be increased at thy last end.
Right. So we constantly have to cleave unto the Most High. And what is cleaving unto the Most High? Is keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. It always just comes back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. And through the Spirit of Christ, we will learn how to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and constantly endure. Constantly endure. We will learn how to love the Most High. And also, on the way of learning how to love the Most High, you learn how to love your wife. You learn how to love your children. You learn how to love your family and your community, and then eventually your nation by cleaving unto the Most High, by keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. Uh, and in the days, can you just the last part? Read me the last part.
Salaki, sir, what you say?
Just no, just read the last part of that verse again. That thou
Con.
mayest
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
come, and that you may be increased in the last end. Because guess what? Sometimes all these problems, those problems, they'll pass. They'll pass. And guess what? You can just keep on going, keep on building, being that strong person that you are. Um, I love this verse. I just wanted to read this verse. Grab me. I don't think I have time. Um, let's just grab is the Ecclesiastes 13. Keep this Lord, for this is the whole duty of man. Ecclesiastes 13, chapter 13, chapter 12, verse 13. Let's just finish up there, and then yeah, we shall close out the class. Young man, Fred, let's just Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13.
Con of the one. Whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. This is the whole duty of man.
For this is the whole duty of man. This is why we study in class. This is why Commanding General Yahana has held it down for so long. This is why generals, captains, and officers, and brothers and sisters in the school lose sleep to do this work. This is why we do it for our children. This is why brothers and sisters is in these classes teaching. Not brothers in these classes teaching. This is why brothers has been doing it for many years, because this is the whole duty of man, keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. This is all what, like, with everything in this Bible. This is our whole duty to keep these laws, so that we can become a nation again. And with that, I would like to say to Water, young man Drew, young man Fred, I greatly appreciate you brothers rocking out with me. Tawada to all the brothers and sisters that are in the class. With a foremost salute to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Barak Atam. And to the sisters. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Alatan, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And with that, I end the class and say Shalom.
Shalom.
Israel.
Shalom, Israel.
Tawada, Akim, Tawada. I greatly appreciate you, Alkin.
I on the bar, sir. Anytime.
Yes, sir. Anytime.